A huge moo to the herd, and welcome to episode 7 of our Omnifactory playthrough. So, in between episodes, I made a batch of circuits, I've made some motors, pumps, and pistons. And the one thing that came very apparent to me is my power situation absolutely sucks at the moment. Not able to sustain any number of machines for any period of time. The power is just draining away like nobody's business. So that's the first thing we will address today. So in an earlier episode we made 2 additional steam dynamos, and the reason for that was we were going to upgrade those to boilers and turbines. So the very first thing we're going to do on today's episode is exactly that. We're going to make a augment boiler conversion and an augment turbine conversion. I've already got those added into my list. So if I want the turbine conversions, I want 2 of those. See what materials I need. Get all these recipes added in. It's in here somewhere. There we are. So we've got all of that. We just need our gold rods, which we can make in our lathe. Right, so 10, 4, 3, and 8. So let's make our rods in the lathe first. Should give you the 6 I need, and then we'll pop our iron in. So how many buckets of iron is that? 1152. So that's 8 iron ingots in our fluid extractor. And the one thing I am going to do to make life easier, I'm going to take a pump. Oh, actually, we already have put a pump in there. So one of the things I did, let me just grab the screwdriver to show you this, was I installed a pump. In fact, let me just break this machine and show you. So Gregtech machines, if you've never used them before, can have covers on them. So here's my fluid extractor, and if I install a pump on the fluid extractor as a cover, it would allow me to export or import fluids from one machine to another. And to install them, it's easy. I want to install it on the right hand side, so just hover over it with the pump in hand, click on the box on the right, and that's it installed. And now to configure it, if you take a screwdriver and click where you've put it, you've got the option of setting the mode to export, so we're going to be exported into the fluid solidifier, or import if you want to take it from the fluid solidifier. You can also put fluid filter in, and whitelist and blacklist. So let's put our 8 ingots in. And take that mold out, because actually what I want is the gear mold. That in there, pop all the molds back onto the fluid solidifier. And that will make the gears up for me. So all I need is some copper plates. Get those running. Our power is woefully inadequate at the moment. So I've got my gold rods. So I should be able to, do I need the gears? I shouldn't need the gears, but that's the conductance coils made. So all I need now is my plates and my gears. 2 gears, 4 plates. I can make my turbine conversions. So the last one is the boiler conversion. Quickly add all this in. So I need some hardened glass. Is it hardened or is it any glass? Let's have a quick look. It's, yeah, so we can use the fused quartz glass. And fused quartz is, if I remember correctly, just 3 nether quartz in an alloy smelter. There we go. And 2 copper and 4 iron. We need our gear, so we can pop that straight into our fluid extractor solidifier combo. And we need 2 plates. Right, and now they're done. Our gear should be ready. Make our boiler oh, missing a bucket. Let's go grab a bucket. I should have one lying around. I do. Okay, so there's my augments done. Now, let me grab a crescent hammer. I should have some ion energy conduits I'll need, fluid conduits. The first things first, I need to rotate this so that the conductance coil is at the top. I then need to take my steam dynamos. This is going to look very crude, but I will get it all tidied up between episodes. Put one there, one there. And we'll just rotate these so the excitation coils are facing me. We'll take some pressurized fluid conduits. We'll stick them there and there. I'm going to set these to insert, insert, and you should just be extract. Okay, and then the last thing we'll need is to take our energy conduits, and we want to set those to extract, extract, and insert. Okay, so that's that done. The next thing to do is to install the boiler conversion into there, and as you can see now we're burning through sugarcane like nobody's business. We're also now just outputting steam. So instead of outputting RF, it's now just pure steam. And then we'll take our turbine conversions. We'll pop those in here. And now we're using steam and we're outputting 160 RF per tick and 160 RF per tick, which means that we've gone from our 40 RF per tick that we were outputting to 320. And as you can see, the batteries are now filling up very rapidly. Obviously, manually taking sugarcane from here and popping it into here is not going to be viable in the long term. So let's do something about that. Alright, so one of the other quests we've got, just claim that, is to make pulsating dust. Pulsating dust is a mysterious magical material that taps into the power of Ender. It has all sorts of strange and potentially dangerous applications, including the ability to make pulsating ingots and ender pearls. Your first source of pulsating dust is uranite, which you can find from uranite ore. Later on you'll be able to produce pulsating dust by smelting resonant clathrates. Please note the ender pearl dust electrolysis recipe requires an EV electrolyzer and most likely not worth it. Okay, so between episodes I had found some uranite veins, and to get this quest complete I just find wherever I put it, here it is, I'll just smelt up some uranite dust. Now the reason we're doing this is so that we can get access to item conduits, and that should be that one done, so that we can automatically export an Ender IO alloy, pulsating iron ender pearls, made from pulsating dust and an iron ingot. You can't find one otherwise. If you can't find one otherwise, ender pearls can be crafted using pulsating dust and a diamond and an alloy smelter. Well, we found ender pearls and we found pulsating iron ingots in chests when we were doing some exploration. So item conduits is the one we want. And I want at least 16 of these, so I should put my recipe in here. Add that in. So we need conduit binder. Hopefully I've got enough, if not, I've got to grab the stuff for it. And pulsating iron wire. Pulsating iron is made like so. So I'm going to need 6 iron ingots and 6 pulsating dust. We can get those made up. But do I have any binder on me? I've got 2, which is clearly not enough. So 4 clay, 4 sand, 10 gravel. 4 sand, 4 clay, and 10 gravel. And we'll get that smelted into binder. And we've now got no issues with power whatsoever for the time being. I need 12 pulsating iron wire. Get that in my wine wheel. Thank you very much. And that's done. So now we excuse me. Now we can make our item conduits. And hopefully 16 is enough. So I want to go from under there to under here. So let me just make a hole in the floor. Now this is all very temporary because put a dip in on that one, I think. Where are we? I don't need to go into the chest, I need to go straight into the machine. Yes, as I was saying, this is all very temporary. There's my Endervoir, infinite supply. Right, so I want to go get rid of the hopper. I don't think we need the hopper anymore. Yeah. Get a load of sugar in return. So we'll add to the steam dynamo. And then just come under. Will that be under? No, that will be. Probably need some more item conduit. Done. It looks hideous, but what I should be able to do now just aim it. Let's go back downstairs and do it that way. We want to extract always active. And insert or in there. And we should now have sugarcane going straight in from our sugar farm, and that should keep us going for a long period of time. And now I've got big holes in the floor. So the plan between episodes will be to redo the setup a bit, because we can't have massive holes in the floors, can't have conduits everywhere. It's not going to look good. Patch up the floor where I can. It looks reasonably okay. So I'm going to create another 3 steam dynamos and basically set them up so they've got a feed from the sugarcane farm. I will probably expand the size of the sugarcane farm. At the moment we've got 1. I might expand that to 3 so that we've got plenty of sugarcane. I mean, at the moment our drawer has 530 stacks of sugarcane, so that should last us a while, one would hope. We'll keep an eye on that, especially when they increase that. I also want to move all the machines. As I mentioned before, at the moment I can run continuously 4 machines because I've got 4 amps worth of power. So between episodes I made a low voltage battery buffer and a load of lithium batteries. So with that I can run 16 machines simultaneously. The one thing you will need for that, and I haven't made that yet, is 16x cable, because if I took the 16 X battery buffer and put the 4x on it, it would burn the cables, which would be fun to see, but not really productive for us in terms of getting stuff done. So I'm probably going to move all these machines over to here, take a power setup in this area so that we can start doing some more stuff. But getting back to what we're doing today, it's another quest done. The one concern I've got at the moment is, will the infinite water supply hold out? It is at the moment, but it would be good to have an Endervoir, because if I've got 2 turbines running, then there's no way on earth that water supply is going to hold out. So let's make an Endervoir. And for that I need 8 fused quartz, which is a load of this. We'll get that fused quartz made up. Endervoirs are blocks that generate water much faster than basic nuclear craft infinite water sources. Endervoirs are multi-blocks formed by at least 3 Endervoir blocks. You can right-click a block with a wrench to make the output into adjacent machines. The maximum transfer rate of an Endervoir is 1 bucket per second, which is a lot faster than we've got at the moment. So, take my fused quartz. Endervoir, there it is. Now one thing I am going to need is a cauldron. So I know around here somewhere is actually a cauldron. However, if I can't find it in this building, there we are. Just going to make one. So Endervoir gives me the 4 Endervoir blocks. I have a space for it here. That's good. Let me take my Yeti wrench and disconnect that. So we'll just confuse things. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, we're back up there. So I am going to need a bucket because I used my last one up. Actually, I'll make 2 of them. So get some iron. Stick it in the compressor. Meanwhile, whilst that's being done, let's make ourselves an electrolyzer, because that is going to be quite important in unlocking things such as aluminium and a whole host of other things. So I know I have machine holes, I know I have primitive circuits, which I need 2 of those. What else do I need? That should be it. Right, so I need some sand to make into glass, some rubber and some tin. To make gold wire, just add the recipe in here. 2 gold bars. Being done. 1 rubber sheet. And some tin wire. So we'll make up our tin cable. Cook the glass, or the sand into glass I should say. I'll just pop all this in here. Then I'll make our basic electrolyzer. Tick. I also need some 4x conductive cable to add this to our machine line. Excuse me. Now this says we need clay dust. I've only got like 4 pieces of clay on me, which isn't great, but we could make clay. So for that, I'm going to need a different machine called the Basic Chemical Reactor. We should just have enough time to do it. So before I do that, let's look at quickly. I need a pump, circuits, machine hull. Is that a pump or a motor? No, it's a motor. So 1 motor, 2 circuits, 1 machine hull. So now all I need is some sand, some tin, and some rubber. Need 2 tin rods, which will turn into screws. I need 2 rubber sheets, which will be done next no time. 4 tin plates, get those going. Some glass. soon. Right, that's my tin rods. One of those tin rods get turned into bolts. Let's go grab my saw. And then how many screws do I need? Just the one. But we'll make 2 up anyway, because they're always useful for later. And tin wire, which I should have enough to do that. Right, 1 tin ring. I'll be glad when I get the extruder MV tier, so we don't have to carry on manually crafting these. Right. Glass should be done. Tin plates should be done. Omni coins can go away. 2 tin cable. I think we have everything for our tin rotor. Oh, just missing the file. Again, get assemblers for this, no need to worry about tools. And then basic chemical reactor. And we'll drop you in here, pop some cable down. Drop the basic chemical reactor in here. And the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some buckets. I think I need a wrench for that, because I want to repurpose the wrench or a hand. It's probably a manad. Yeah. I want to repurpose that infinite water supply we've got for my chemical reactor. So we'll just get this added into our Endervoir. Perfect. And then if I take a wrench and click here, that should output straight into the machine, which means I should be able to remove this. And grab a pump. I'm not sure if I need a pump, but I'll grab a pump anyway. We'll put our infinite water supply up here. Don't need a pump, it's just going to fill straight in there. So, to make clay, all I need to do is take some sand and put it into my macerator, which gives me dust blocks. These dust blocks can then go into my chemical reactor, where mixed with water. Obviously the infinite water supply is very slow, but once we've got a bucket's worth in there, we'll get some clay, which we can then macerate and turn into clay dust. So between episodes, what I'll do is I'll get a whole bunch of clay made up, turn that into dust, and we'll then use the electrolyzer to turn that into all the good things such as aluminium dust, lithium dust, and silicon dust, which will then unlock a whole host of other things. So we'll leave this episode here. I hope you join me for the next one. If you like this episode, feel free to give it a like. If you want to see more of these episodes, please feel free to subscribe. Until then, I wish you a very pleasant day. Goodbye.